Hello, dear children, good morning. Today I am going to continue the lesson 8 Passage of Time. In your previous class, you have learned the history of India and the ancient period. You have learned till Indo-Aryans, and in today's class, you are going to learn Alexander. You are going to start from Alexander. Alexander, the powerful ruler of Macedonia in Greece, attacked India in 326 BCE. So, Alexander, he is the powerful ruler of Macedonia in Greece. This Alexander attacked India in 326 BCE. He defeated King Porus of Punjab but was very impressed with the king's bravery. So, Alexander defeated King Porus of Punjab and he was very impressed with the king's bravery. Chandragupta Maurya became the ruler of Magdha in 321 BCE and founded the Mauryan Empire. Here, Chandragupta Maurya became the ruler of Magdha in 321 BCE and he founded the Mauryan Empire. Years later, his grandson Ashoka, who is the Chandragupta Maurya's grandson Ashoka. Ashoka became the emperor. After the war against the kingdom of Kalinga, the young emperor became very upset with the violence, killing and wounding of people. So Chandragupta Maurya founded Mauryan Empire, and after some years later, his grandson Chandragupta Maurya grandson Ashoka became the emperor to Mauryan Empire. After the war there was a war happened against the kingdom of Kalinga. The young emperor became very upset with the violence, killing and wounding of people. Wounding means causing physical injuries. So many people were died and much violence had happened during the war against kingdom of Kalinga. He then decided not to fight any more wars and embraced Buddhism. So Ashoka decided not to fight any more wars and he wanted to start Buddhism. He helped spread Buddhism in India and other countries in Asia. So Ashoka helped in spreading Buddhism in India as well as other countries in Asia. The Gupta dynasty had powerful rulers who ruled over India in the 4th and 5th century CE. Here, the Gupta dynasty, Chandragupta dynasty had powerful rulers who ruled India for over some centuries in the 4th and 5th centuries. Under the Guptas, many developments were made in the fields of science, astronomy, mathematics and art. So, during this Gupta's dynasty, under this Gupta, Chandragupta, many developments were made in the fields of science, astronomy. Astronomy means the scientific study of the universe of objects that exist in space like stars, moon, sun, all these, comets and all these, okay? Mathematics and art. This period is also called the golden age of ancient India. So, this Gupta's dynasty period is also known as the golden age of ancient India. Next, medieval period. Rulers of Central Asia had gained great power by the end of 10th century CE. So the rulers of Central Asia had gained great power by the end of 10th century. Muhammad of Ghazni and Muhammad Ghori attacked the wealthy Indian kingdoms and looted their riches. Wealthy means they have so much of money. So Muhammad of Ghazni and Muhammad Ghori attacked the wealthy Indian kingdoms and they looted their riches. Qutbuddin Aibak became the ruler of Delhi in 1206 CE and founded the Delhi Sultanate. So, Qutbuddin Aibak became the ruler of Delhi in the year 1206 CE and founded the Delhi Sultanate. Who? Qutbuddin Aibak founded the Delhi Sultanate. He was followed by prominent rulers like Iltutmish, Razia Sultan and Alauddin Khilji. So, this Qutbuddin Aibak was followed by some prominent rulers who? Iltutmish, Razia Sultan and Alauddin Khilji. Babur came to India in 1526 CE and laid the foundation of the Mughal rule in the country. So, this Babur came to India in 1526 CE and he founded Mughal rule in the country. Babur's son Humayun. Who is the son of Babur? Babur's son is Humayun. Humayun succeeded his father. After Humayun's death, his son Akbar. Who is Akbar here? Humayun's son. Babur is the son. Humayun is the son of Babur and Akbar is the son of Humayun. So after Humayun's death, his son Akbar became the emperor in 1556 CE at the age of 13 years. At the age of 13 years, Humayun's son Akbar became the emperor in the year 1556 CE. He was the greatest Mughal ruler who expanded the empire by alliances and wars. So this Akbar was the greatest Mughal ruler. He expanded the empire by alliances and wars. Akbar was succeeded by his son Jahangir. Akbar was succeeded by his son Jahangir. Jahangir's son Shah Jahan built the famous Taj Mahal in Agra. This is the famous Taj Mahal built by Shah Jahan. Who is Shah Jahan? Shah Jahan is the Jahangir's son. Aurangzeb was Shah Jahan's successor and the last important king of the Mughal Empire. So, Aurangzeb was Shah Jahan's successor. Successor means a person who succeeds the throne, office or position after another person. So, this Aurangzeb was Shah Jahan's successor and the last important king of the Mughal Empire. Who are the Mughal empires? Babur, Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan, and the last important Mughal empire was Aurangzeb, right? The rulers after Aurangzeb were weak and the Mughals gradually lost their powers. So after Aurangzeb, all the Mughal rulers, they gradually lost their powers. Why? Because they were weak. Around 18th century, the Jats, the Sikhs, the Marathas and the state of Mysore became powerful. So around 18th century, the Jats, Sikhs, Marathas and the state of Mysore also became powerful. Okay children, we will continue the remaining part in our next class children. Once go through the today's video, okay? And if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Bye children, thank you.